Hi guys, so here's my Falsie again, fresh out just a second ago. So in this video I wanted to talk through some of the questions that I got asked about false water cobras. Main one which I'll start off with is their venom, myths and the truth about their venom. Obviously you can go into a lot of detail with the toxicology, but I'll just keep this at basic. They're rear fang venomous, so their fangs are located just behind their eyes there. Just because they're rear fanged doesn't mean they're not dangerous. Obviously the boom slang is a rear fanged venomous snake as well. That's highly dangerous, highly venomous. Very calm snakes are boom slang, and similar to the falsie once they get to a certain size. Their venom, they need to pump it into you basically. They're not like your elapids and things like that. If they get a hold of you they will chew down and they will pump the venom into your system. What happens when you get bitten by one? Well, it connects to my second question about their behaviour, but if you get bitten by one, then basically get the snake off as quick as possible. Everybody reacts to venom differently. It's kind of like a bee sting. You can be allergic to venom, so if you have a particularly bad reaction to falsies, they can be the worst type of venom. If you have a good reaction, not that there really is a good reaction to being bitten, then you should be okay. The worst I've ever heard is of a guy having a bit of a deformed arm around the bite wound. Right, so this links into the falsie's temperament. As you can see, I am free handling her. I don't have gloves, but I've worked with this snake for a long time. She's my favourite, so I do totally trust her. When falsies are young, they're very nippy, very wriggly. They're not great to handle when they're of that size. They will just thrash out and bite out at anything. You don't really want to be touching them. Once they get to a decent size, they are more handleable. You can start holding them. Hook work is essential with these snakes. You do not want to go sticking your hand in the viv and getting them out at all. But once they get a decent size, they're as calm as any other snake. As you can see, she handles better than some corns I've had. So, not the case with all falsies at all, and definitely not a beginner snake still, but they don't deserve the vicious nature. One of the key things that I think is important to stress about falsies is they are not a trainer snake for having HOTS, for having DWA snakes. Not at all. No snake can prepare you for that at all. You need to go to a proper DWA keeper and ask them for their advice, their tips and tricks. Problem is, a lot of people think that having a falsie is like having a real cobra. It's not at all. These are nothing compared to those guys. Do not go out and buy one of these if you want to keep a cobra. They're not going to help you, they're not going to train you, they're not going to prepare you. These are totally different kettle of fish. And then that leads us on to the final thing that I just want to touch on with these guys. My favourite thing about falsies is their intelligence. This is by far the most intelligent snake I've ever kept or worked with. She is fantastic. If you look at her eyes, the only way that I can describe her eyes are like a lion's eyes. They will actually look at you and you can see her brain working, you can see the intelligence in her. When I come out in the morning, come into the living room, she's there, she's up at the glass, she follows me, she watches me, she sees where I am. If I move out of her vision range, she's craning around to see where I've gone. She's got that object permanence. She knows exactly what's going on. She's not like the boas and royals that I've kept that just kind of freeze and stand still, hope for the best. She is knowledgeable, she learns, she's aware of her environment. And again, this comes down to the handling. If you're gentle with a falsie and you handle them right, they will let you handle her as well as she's letting me handle her now. They do learn, and they do have bad days as well. This is one key thing. She's having a good day, this is why we can do this video. Some days she can be a real pain. I had one day where I came in, I literally didn't even open the viv more than an inch. She was up, her neck was sticking out hooding, and she was striking at me. Never seen like that before. It was just a bad day for her. So, those are the key things that I wanted to talk to you about in this video. Anything else you want to know, please leave me a comment. I'll go through it with you. Next topic that I'm going to look at is feeding and how they handle their food, what type of food to feed a falsie, etc, etc. But anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. See you soon. Bye.